in my last episode, this crystal. But my friend I've known for a long time, I owe her a crystal. I keep telling her I'm gonna get her a crystal, and somehow it never happens because I get busy. So today was the day I was gonna do all that. And I am new in tarot card readings. They're right here, the tarot cards. Unfortunately, they go on a slope, so I'm gonna do that. Just so you can see I'm doing that too. I'm gonna start with this one, and I do gotta get this one done too. I'm not only gonna give her one, I'm gonna give her two. I thought because this glow and it's really nice, I thought purple would be nice. Just because purple's a fun color. I'm gonna braid this in and get these done. And she wants a 3-cord on this. So I'm gonna do that. But how's everybody's day been? I've been making videos today for Facebook. I think I may have nailed it. I've hit 500 plays over there. And it's rough over there trying to do videos, trust me. Oh, is it rough? Alright, I get 3 of these of the equal length. And then you do a slip knot. I'm going to put my crystal right there. I'll show you an easy way to braid this in. I figure I never hardly get over here and it's raining today. Chong has been upset at Mother Nature. Let's just put that way. Mr. Chong has been very upset at Mother Nature. He's been moping around this house all day. I told him I'm sorry. We were at the park all day yesterday, so I don't know. And then I found out my neighbor's dog died, and it was Chong's friend. I felt bad because I love Dixie. Dixie's in some of the videos here. Oh, hello. How are you? I figure I had to make a necklace for my friend because I do crystal work and make my own cords. So, but yeah, I found out today my neighbor, her dog died, and it was Chong's friend. It was so funny. When we came in, I asked where Dixie was, and she's like, "Oh." And she told me, and Chong just kept sniffing her, and he was excited to see her, but he kept looking around like he knew something was wrong. So I think it might be bothering him. I don't know. People say I'm crazy if you think of that. Oh, hello. I'm good. I'm good. We're just mourning Chong's friend that died. I think she had a lump that kept getting real big, and I've seen tumors. They're not fun. They're just even in humans, they're just a big lump that just keeps getting bigger. And I go, "Are you sure it's not a tumor?" When Dixie was sick, and she goes, "No, it's an infection." Blah blah blah. And I never seen an infection get that big. Generally, it hits your bloodstream. I let it go. A couple months later, she said that she was in pain and everything. The cancer probably hit her so much. In dogs, it'll flare up. Humans, it kind of grows around inside your body. That's why when someone says they're stage 4 cancer, and let's say they got a massive lump or bigger, it's the same thing in dogs, except you could see it because we have 2 legs, they got 4. And they're smaller and we're bigger, so it has more room to where cancer can go around and do its thing. That's why you got to get cancer checks. Try to stay healthy too. Oh, thank you. At 50 years old, I'm glad to hear it. I do dye my hair, but I have some gray. But I tell my residents all the time, I don't care if my hair was going white. I would be better if it was white than that salt and pepper gray. It's I don't like it. I mean, I only have a little tiny bit of it in here, so I'll dye it up a little bit, or like I think I did a blonde and I cut my hair because it was kind of damaged because I was dyeing it too much. So I kind of gave it a break, I guess you could say. But it's getting longer, and I've been not dyeing it so much. I just let it grow out, and I noticed the tips of my hair actually will keep the color and it looks highlighted. So, any ladies out there that want some tips for that, and I've been using hemp oil on my skin instead of um, lotion. And I give Chong the hemp oil for dogs, and it actually helps him relax. It's so good when you have like any breed that's mixed with German Shepherd or just a high energy breed. I usually mix it in with the oil, the omega 3 stuff for dogs. I mix it in there with it. Sometimes I gotta put a little bit of my hemp oil because it's not strong enough, just a little bit, but it does help him relax because I notice he has anxiety. And me and Chong, we spend a lot of time together. When I'm not at work, I'm always with Chong. I have arguments with my son because my daughter in law, she has some cats, granted, right? Chong's good with cats. They make every excuse to, and they want me. He's gonna pay for the chain and everything, and he wants me to, when I go visit him, to chain my dog in the yard. And he goes, "Oh, it'll be," and he doesn't even have a fenced-in backyard. And even if he did, my dog could jump over. It would need to be a 6 foot fence. So we get in arguments about that. And then he told me it would be a long chain. I'm not used to having Chong on a chain unless there's someone walking around with him, so he has freedom. I don't want to feel like he's some kind of prisoner. So me and my son go back and forth with this. And he keeps telling Mom, come on, he's a dog. He's going to disrupt my cats. I was like, your cats won't even remember. They might be disrupted. And then he goes, he's going to bother the ecosystem of my house. I think it's because, ugh, excuse me, my nose itches. When me and when my daughter-in-law came to visit me around Christmas and give me my Christmas present, Chong doesn't like her. So he cornered her, he growled at her, and he was showing all teeth, but my dog doesn't attack like that. We have him trained where it's not like that. So he's sitting there and he has her held hostage in the damn corner. So all of a sudden Chong's public enemy number one, and he has never done that with anybody, and I don't correct my dog for not liking people. And people think I'm crazy for this, but I really don't. I feel they're people, they're not property. You know, they might be a different species, but they're just like us. And why should I tell him who he has to like and who he doesn't and order him who he has to like? That's the thing. And I got in an argument with her about this. So of course I was the bad guy just because she was scared. He wasn't gonna bite her. He only bites if we tell him to bite. He will hold him in that corner and growl until one of us tell him to stop. That's it. But he wouldn't bite her, and he wouldn't, and he's not trained for that. But long story short, she now says he could come over, but he has to stay on this chain outside. I love my dog. I like him. I love him, and I. That's why I'm so big on animal rights. And this woman is insane for thinking that I would do this. I don't know. These are the things, but yeah, they're having a baby now. She lost the first one. Now she's having another one. I do. I am going to compromise with dog sitters with her though, because my husband generally has off weekends, or I'm just gonna try to see if my brother or something will babysit him. Because I have refused to put him outside and make him stay in the grass. He's was raised in an apartment. My dog is used to being on couches and beds and going outside playing and coming in and getting washed up. I give him a bed bath and stuff like that when he comes in. I'll just a quick wash up. He's not going to have any of those luxuries over there. So I guess that's how I'm going to have to see my grandkid. And then the other one, he's got his mind back, and that girl is trying to say all kinds of crazy stuff. But I'm sure since he's paying child support and everything, he's going to be able to see the baby soon too. But it's all that kind of crazy. Nothing that really involves me much. The only time I get involved is my dog knows good and bad people. He just seems to not like my son's women. But maybe he is a good judge of character, and I don't ever. It's one thing if you train your dog to not attack when or something like that, but don't yell at them for acting a different way. Find out why they're acting like that, because you never know, especially with abused dogs and abused animals. I've actually rehabilitated a lot of animals. I really have. I've I've been, I guess, an animal rescue person my whole life. I just never had the resources. But yeah, I had a cat, and it got real attached to my son, so I just let Max kind of stay with him for a little bit. But he was beaten by and he used to go crazy and would when he seen flannel shirts. So you kind of got to read your animals, but honestly, they're the most loyal. I'm not sure here. Oh, you can ask a question. Go ahead. Oh yeah, well, I could see that, but yeah, you can ask. But honestly, I think she should let me in the house with my dog because my dog just doesn't like her because she's not a good person. And really, honestly, she can be really horrible. She's using my son, and he's too blind to see it, I guess. But we'll see. I mean, it would be nice if she actually was nice to the family. But maybe that's why my dog doesn't like her. But the ex-husband told me because we're somewhat friends for the kids. But he told me that he doesn't like her either. So there we go with that one. We actually agreed on something. And I'm almost done with this crystal. And my friend Dana is going to be so happy. I have a lot of my friends. I be making a lot of stuff. And I usually only make it once a year, but I tell them I like to do stuff for content and because honestly, I need to get this stuff done. Because that's what I do. I make a lot of arts and crafts. I want to say sketching is more of a hobby because I want cover art for my book, but I really like playing with yarn. It's like one of my favorite things to do. I love it. I love making cords for jewelry and a lot of stuff. It's a lot of fun. But this is so beautiful, and you don't even need to buy a bottom piece. And you know what's great about this is eco-friendly. It's all biodegradable, I guess, except for the rust part of that, but most of it is. It's almost all environmental friendly. This one definitely is environmental friendly. That one's all yarn. But I do like to play around my arts and crafts. It gets my mind off things. And I love braiding yarn. I started off on Instagram and stuff braiding yarn. It's crazy, but I did. I got popular over there. I'm starting to get popular with these inspirationals again. I got like 3 comments from one from TikTok. So I got one account on TikTok. I never know. They're like you guys used to be the ocean, but now they're the damn ocean. They've been taken over. People want to do all kinds of stuff. How does A feel about me? Okay, well, who's A? Is A your like a romantic interest, or are we talking about a business interest? I mean, there are different sectors of energy to check. To me, it could be anything. Because sometimes I wonder if one of my coworkers is mad at me or something. Because I do sometimes crazy things at work. This is no lie. I could be a menace sometimes there. I've always been a bit of a rule breaker, but in good ways. During COVID, they said that we were not allowed to bring any of the residents water and everything. This one over here, I started bringing multiple bags, and I told when people would ask, I'd be like, I'm hungry. And it wasn't all for me. I'd bring in the snack food, and then it got to the point where they really didn't want us messing with residents and yada 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 with their little food stuff. So I used to tell them that I'd bring it in at 6:30 and sneak it in, and just tell the other nurses, and they didn't give a damn. Well, here's the first one. See, I braided that in, and it's this pendant. Well, I see him as a friend, but I'm not sure how he feels about me. Okay, so this is someone you think is crushing on you then. But you like him as a friend, but you don't want to go to the other level. I have been there before, my friend. I have. I totally have. They used to have a lot of. I have more male friends than female friends. I'm not going to lie about this. And my husband doesn't care. He has female friends, and we just are not that jealous. We're not a jealous type. And some of my male friends at times liked me a little bit too much, or they'd have heartbreak and they say, "Oh, I really think I love you," and I'm like, "Oh no, you really don't. You're just going through it and this and that," and I get it. Men can be very deep sometimes, and I do have a lot of male friends that I'm very good friends with, so I get it. And some of them have thought of me and like that in the past, and then eventually we got over it, and they realized we were just friends, and they met somebody else. So if that's any help, my life experience, being 50, I used to be young and pretty at some point, but apparently I'm not horrible at 50. So, but in my 20s, I was pretty, pretty good looking. But you have a full moon in Capricorn for this whole situation. And I'm seeing and this just symbolizes that you guys were going through like a tough patch or a bad cycle where there had to be some healing involved of some sort, emotional healing. And you're surrounded by a full moon in Pisces in that situation and a third quarter moon. And to be in a full moon in Capricorn energy, it just signifies two people kind of helping each other spiritually, being there for each other. And it does bind people to where it can go forward or stay where it's at, if that makes any sense. Because it makes them think of you like a lifelong friend type thing when you go through these kind of things. And then you have the full moon of Pisces, and this just means to balance your what it is with with your and be practical kind of and just balance it out. And you got and it's saying to and what this is spiritually too, but that could just mean like get his spirit up, help him become what he was, or you know what, vice versa type thing like that. Then you got a third quarter moon on this situation, and it calls for adjustments. I feel he's getting close, but I would just maybe reassess if you don't want this to be a friend more than a friendship. I would just let him know, just so he doesn't get too involved. But I do sense an attachment. But that would be an easy way to break an attachment also. Oh no, no, not late 30s. No, no, no. Oh well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm a grandma twice, so which is weird. I'm over here at YouTube, and I was never a big social media person. I'm not gonna lie. The only reason I would go over here, I'm in medical, and when you're in medical and things like that, I don't know. It just seems like you live there. So all my life, I've lived in medical. I'm gonna do this other one too. So laugh out loud. I'm here, and one of the top creators on Facebook at 50. I would come over to listen to some music over here, and I'd be gone. Most of my life was like that. My ex-husband would be on here trying to find out how to fix our car back in the day. When the brakes went out, and he was bitching them one day, and I was like, "Well, how you gonna fix it?" He goes, "I'm gonna go on YouTube and look for a video." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "YouTube has a video for everything." And it shows you how much I was in the world, because I think I really did live in a cave back then because I was so busy taking care of sick people. But here I am now. I take three strings of equal thing, and I like to make this long because if you have a customer or just a friend and you're making a present, it's like that. You got to keep it a little longer so they can cut it off at however long they want it to lay, because some people are funny about their crystals. But yeah, that is funny how I'm here and we're not together no more. And he used to laugh at me because I just really wasn't big on social media. And look at me now. It's crazy. Crazy talk, I tell you. But yeah, I'm 50. I'm going to be actually 51 in April, so. And then my oldest tells me I look 80, but that's kids for you. I'm going through the already with the daughter-in-law crap because people think my kids are very attractive, so this is what I get. I get all this. I have a little pegboard of this I devised. This is a children's play mat. And you just take it up like this, and I put it in the corner because it's exactly like braiding hair. This is what makes it so easy, and I love to braid hair. But I can't do tiny braids. It drives me nuts. I wish I could do tiny braids. I've been trying to teach myself tiny braids. When you start getting older, you think about how much time you got left and how many things you want to learn and accomplish. It's really weird. When I was really sick on some of the videos from before because I thought I was dying, which I might possibly had. I did have a huge infection that traveled through my body, but yeah, it makes you realize how much time you have. And I said, man, I would love to sketch another painting before I die. That was coming through my head, or make another rope. I'm a kid and you look so young. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I do. I do take care of myself, and I use hemp oil. And I will give that, and it works for men too, because men need to have good skin too. I've been using fish oil since I was in my 20s. Because I never really done any hard drugs ever. So that probably helps also. I've always been either writing or I've been about all my hobbies. I've been like this since a kid. When I was a kid, I wrote a series of Inspector Sunday, and I liked Inspector Gadget so much. I was literally writing short stories at 10 years old, but this is how I've always been. I've been a very motivated person. And I'm really big on causes. Because before I die, I would like to do something to change the world, even if it's just a little insignificant thing where people are a little nicer, because I don't know, maybe I influenced them not to hurt their dog, and maybe easier ways of training and things. That's why I really like to get these help centers going and get enough subscribers and stuff, and get some money donated so I could start buying land and having dog training and stuff, because it breaks my heart to see these videos. The first thing I do down when I'm downloading my Chong the dog inspirationals, because I get paid on Facebook, so I'm a digital creator, so I have to have so many things going on with videos. That's why if you're not subscribed, you'll get them all, because I get a bunch from Google and this and that. And apparently, since all this stuff with Facebook's been going on, and I was never in it for the money on Facebook. I just really like making videos. So maybe I'm one of the only ones left that I guess really care anymore. But I do it for fun. And this is fun too, because I'm just waiting for my meal at this point to be done. And when I'm done with this necklace, I am probably going to eat. Most likely. And then hopefully when I come back, I'll have these two done, and I can sketch this gravestone. I wanted to get like a really good gravestone sketch going, now that it's a nice rainy day. But I'm going to go ahead and braid this out. And I'm calculating, it's very mathematical doing this stuff. I'm going to calculate how far out. You could determine depth and stuff and your distance from your pegboard. And I count these. I'm going to get this to where it's like right here before I stop braiding. And then if I need to, I can bring it closer. But it's a really good method, and everybody seems to like these kind of necklaces, and they're just so cheap to make. They really are. They're like super cheap to make. You would, I mean, how much is yarn? I mean, come on. Unless you're braiding 100 blankets. See, I messed up there a little bit, so sometimes you gotta go back here and catch it. Alright, I'm gonna go like that. Bring this over like that, and you overlay. Because it's not going to come out perfect every time, folks. Sometimes you got to overlay, go back, and make sure you have a nice way here. And I'm going to go up here more. Come out this way. There we go. This is going to be so pretty. I think she's going to like both of these, honestly. I wanted a neutral color for that crystal because I felt it was better like that. Oh, hello. I'm making crystal necklaces. I'm braiding my old cord here, and if you missed it, I release these the next day because that's when they let me, and I'm always doing stuff. So, oh, they left. But I'll tomorrow. This will be here, and I might have another crystal that I gotta braid. So you can watch me do that if you like. But I'm always on the move and I'm always doing stuff. I mean, everybody's always told me I do too much, so. But that's my life. But once you get this kind of mapped out where you think this is long enough, you don't have to judge distance no more. You gotta sometimes judge distance with doing this kind of thing. It's probably good for this is a good technique, and probably someone that braids hair a lot, and like the hair braiders people pay like $100 to do your hair. This probably would be great activity for them because they'd be able to do this well. And it really is a tight corn roll, but you're doing it with yarn instead of human hair. That is very nice. I'm going to bring this down here. You don't want one end too short and one end too long either. This is not a good happy thing. Alright. Alright, I think this is long enough. So, on the middle string right here, I am going to take this, and I picked this color for the cream color because I just thought it looked nicer being blue. You don't want too obnoxious of a color because you want your crystal to look the nicest it can look in there. And I have the middle knot, and it's holding right here. And if you're new to the stream, on this stream, I'm just braiding cord for my crystal, so. And you put this flat out like this, and this is just a kid's playboard. It's a foam one, and actually is good for painting and everything. You can put your sketches on here, and it's really nice. It truly is. Alright, you have this on the middle string. You're braiding in your pendant, and it's so easy. And you don't have to go to the store and buy all this stuff because you got to save money for other stuff in life. I always say save your money if you can. I give these away for Christmas. That's how deep I go with it. Everyone knows if they know me that I'm giving, if I like them, I'm going to make them a crystal. Or make them perfume, or make them a sketch. Which the husband's getting a better job very soon. So there'll be extra money, and I'll be able to order in more oils and stuff and bottles, and I'll be perfuming soon. I do like to perfume. Perfuming is the bomb. It really is. I love it. It's so much fun. So much fun. You get to count the drops for each bottle. I used to make vape juice and sell it before it was illegal. Now you can make vape juice, but you can't put nicotine in it. But I used to, and now it's really hard for me to get nicotine. And I was told by my sons if I tried to get nicotine, I could get arrested, and I was really upset. You can get though nicotine where it's high nicotine and no flavor, and you can use that, and already has like a blend of nicotine. But the prices went up, but you can't get pure nicotine like you used to be able to. So it kind of makes vape juice, I guess, not so good. Vape juice, and so. But I do know how to make it, and I guess that's why I kind of took to perfuming so well. So, and I do find it to be a fun activity. And I love having fun activities. I really do. It's like a vacation to me, arts and crafts hour. And of course, the park with Mr. Chong. But today's a rainy day, so I tell him on a rainy day, as he's bored of moping around the house because he wants to go down the park for 4 hours. This is what I do, the arts and crafts, and today was a rainy day. But it always makes it interesting on my stream, either way, because I always got something going on. You see how I'm braiding all this in here, and then I'll show you when I'm done braiding this down because I got my dinner in the oven. And by the time I'm done braiding out this, my meal will be done. And then I want to come back and I actually want to get to my sketching work because I'd like to sketch too. And I wanted to perfect a gravestone. It's another one of my goals in life. I'm a very goal orientated person. I like having my goals. And they actually, if you have a lot of stuff you do, a lot of less things in life bother you. Let's just put it that way. All right. You want to keep braiding this down. You just keep shoving it in there, the play mat. And then this way you have it where it's nice and firm so you can get a real tight braid. And I'm just braiding all this down. And it doesn't take too long. I mean, anybody that braids all the time or braids hair, sometimes your braiding to your hands get tired. That's generally how that goes. So things like this don't bother me. But I think she might like this other one more than this one. But this is a fun one. It has such good vibration too. It's a happy crystal. It really is. It's so happy. It has good happy stuff. I like it. It looks almost like it has a bluish gold glow to it. Each crystal has like a different, just like us, different textures. It has a different texture. It's the glow of the crystal, and they have different glows. Some are really pretty, some don't have a glow, some do. They all are their own person. They really are. I like crystals as much as I like animals. I don't even wear gold anymore. I mean, I got the wedding ring, but I've lost weight, so it doesn't fit on my one finger, but that's okay. It is what it is. But we're getting this braided out. Yeah, pretty soon we're gonna get some more fun stuff on these streams once I'm able to afford these other things. And then by that time, my my older son will probably the husband or my older son, someone will present a computer with a month or so. So I could start working on Amazon and working on getting the book published on Amazon. Because I feel that is a goal I need to have done very soon, also. Alright, you just keep going like this, keep it going straight. I kind of want to keep this longer so it has the options of maybe in a longer necklace. Now that one is sharp. I like that one. But I don't know. She seems not like a pretty, not a pretty girl, but you know how like a fancy girl. So this is a crystal for a not so fancy girl, but it is still a good looking crystal though. It really is. It's a very nice looking crystal. They both are really. I get deals on all this stuff. Since I make so much stuff, I buy in bulk, and you get everything cheaper when you buy in bulk. Sometimes I get 50 of these at a time for a good discount. And these are things that are fun to me. I don't even go to a bar. This is my bar. Arts and crafts hour. Right. You just keep it going, and you can pull down your table like this. Keep it going like this. It is going to be a long one, but some people choose to put this in their car, or some people don't want to wear them, or they want to like drape them somewhere in their house. People have a lot of different ideas what they want to do with their crystals, and some people when they get these, it's like their prized possessions. You think that they got a diamond ring, so crystals are pretty special. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna cut this off right here. And I'm going to take this, I like to keep a little length, and I'm going to slip knot this through like this. And put your finger through, and then you pull. And then pull down a little bit like this. You could see slip knot videos over here. I actually really taught myself about slip knots over here. I actually made this a bit too long, but that's okay. But here we go. There it is. In the cream color, and then I made one earlier. Made this one. Think this one's better than this one, but I like the colors in it. Right here, you can see like the different shapes. It's a pretty nice crystal. This crystal, I mean, I don't know all the exact names for each one, but offhand, but I kind of just read them. This one here she wanted protection and stuff, but this one has protection, but it has other stuff. It's almost like it gives like a bubble. It has a light feeling, and I feel like I got a bubble around me with this one. This one, I don't know. I might not be able to give away this one. This one has such a flare. to it. This one feels like, I don't know, it just makes you feel all pretty or something when you do this one. This one I'll probably keep for myself because this one I thought would be good for Dana anyways. So I'm gonna give this one to her. And I'm gonna keep this one for myself because I don't really go to the store. If I want something or I want a necklace, I just make one. So, but I'm gonna end this because I got my food ready, and I will be back because I need to sketch this headstone out of my head. I got to, or it's gonna drive me insane. I keep seeing it. I keep seeing the scene. So I'll be back after I eat to do some sketching work today, and I hope you guys enjoyed the stream and subscribe to me because I can't tell you exactly when I'm coming back because I got all kinds of stuff sometimes that go on. So it might be an hour or two, I don't know. But at least you'll get notifications. For 1 week. Oh, you want me to every day give you reading for 1 week? God, I was half of the time on the weekends I'm at work, so I don't know. I can give you one now for today, but I can't give you one for a week. That's a tall order. I'm a busy person, you know. I'm not Mr. Beast with all kinds of big YouTube money here. He could build an empire. Oh, you're funny. All right, I am going to end this, and I will see you in a little bit after I eat.